Hello everybody and welcome back to Tavern Talk. It's been a while, as usual, but we return and last time was pretty chill. After everything that happened, we were able to just chill and talk with people for a little bit, but we set up some new quests last time that had me a little bit worried, and there's also the fact that we still don't know what happened to Melly, we don't know if Fable's okay, we don't know what a lot of people are up to, so hopefully people are going to start returning from their quests and we'll see what they're up to. And hopefully that everyone will be okay, but we'll find out as we get started. On the 27th of the astral moon, remnants. Woo-hoo. You're back! You guys! Jade, welcome back. Was your quest successful? When have I ever failed? Oh, well, you do look surprisingly unbloodied. Also, hello, Kumo. Kumo? Who's Kumo? That guy. What name did you give them? I'm curious. New name, I'm guessing? No. No names here. Never had a name. Don't even know what names are. Am I supposed to go along with that? You're supposed to make me a drink? Then we can talk. Fair enough. What can I get you? I've still got plans after this, but Onyx is pretty tired. So give me something that'll get her to keep up with my speed if I let her have a sip. Anything for Onyx. Anything for them. Okay, speed. Probably not a cursed coffee. Although that would be fitting. A swift strike. Those are always a good one. Oh, I'm spilling. Some spillage. Oh, okay, that's good. Then we need a little bit of brain. Yeah, this is blended brain, actually. I forgot to tell you guys. A little bit of that. Swift strike. A drink for Onyx and you, but mostly Onyx. Not too bad. Concerning to see you know me so well. Oh, what's this music? Being a regular does have its perks. So, names? Let's start with the story first. You love those, right? You know it. I'll spare you the details of my journey to Borkham, though I didn't miss the chance to make some extra money along the way. Everyone thought I was the right woman for their jobs. They helped me with the quest too. Squeezed a good description of the renegade parents out of some Red Dune merchant, who was in deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant. I'd love to hear that story, actually. Not my problem. Asking a couple of pointed questions got me to the inn the deadbeats were staying at. Problem with people is, can't exactly kill them in broad daylight. With monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so. But with people, you've got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have done in my situation. I posed as a tour guide. And they believed you? Sure did. Iniko was right. Your drinks are great for pulling scams. Oh, well, perhaps I should start charging extra for the charisma ones. Happy to hear that. I offered them a tour of the nearby Warden Sea, and led them to an area I knew was shunned by actual tour guides because of unpredictable tides. Gave them a spiel about how a battle of the Order of Starlight took place there, yada yada yada. Pretty soon their eyes were glued to some starfish playing in the mud. It was the perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously, I wasn't going to kill them just then. They needed a chance to run, but I had to scare them first. I raised my spear right above my head and was about to go for a warning strike when I heard this zinging sound. I deflected the knife that was flung my way at the last second, and it shattered against the ground. All three of us turned and saw this cloaked echo reaching for another knife. Was that you, Kumo? He had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers strapped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go darker around him. Looked like a real Shadowbane. Oh, I trained under them. Impressive. Those deadbeats thought I was protecting them from him. Should have seen the look on their faces when I said I was there to kill them. I turned back, wanting to refocus on my warning strike, when I was interrupted by a simple stop. It was said in this deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice that sounded like some sort of proper degenerate. Oh no! Likely the two bums thought we were fighting about who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such a situation was to immediately try to bribe us. I told them to shut it. They asked me what I wanted then, if it wasn't money or words. So I turned our little Shadowbane and asked what he wanted. But he just stood there, quietly. Can't blame him, there's little scarier than your parents. So you helped him with the decision? Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed him my spear. She said, "This is your choice. Make it." It felt like she was passing some of her courage on to me. He stepped forward, my spear in hand, and took off his hood. He was... I'll spare you the details. Oh no, I think I know what it was. They recognized him, of course. They had the audacity to act surprised. Surprised is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so... like they thought I had died. You could have. They left you. I wanted to say something. Anything. Yell, tell them to get lost, scream at them for what they'd done to me, but... all that came out was, "Why did you leave?" Their silence went on for so long. Would have been longer if those tides hadn't come rushing in. You did kind of walk into that one. Kind of. Luckily, I was quick, got all of us up on some muddy rocks that the waves couldn't reach. How long were you up there for? A couple of hours. Ooh, awkward. Left us a lot of time to talk. Did you? Yes. A lot. Oh no, is your throat okay? For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the pyre erupting? The pyre? You mean the biggest volcano in all of Asteria, nestled right in Leviathan's domain? Yeah. Apparently it erupted and then collapsed, covered all of the primordial sea in ash and set off a tsunami. It should not be doing that. No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot? Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone? Maybe they wanted to be... wet? Probably not. Are tsunamis and their causes all you and your parents talked about? No. Mostly we talked about the leaving thing. They said not a day went by where they didn't regret what they'd done. I asked why they didn't come back then. They didn't have an answer for that. Mom said she was proud of my knife-throwing skills, though. I never thought they'd apologize. They owned up to all of it, as awful as it was. I hadn't planned for that. They wanted to make up for everything and be a part of my life. They also said it was up to me, and what I wanted. What do you want? It's okay if you don't know. That's a very sudden thing to try and figure out. A family? Is that stupid? No, it's not. So you forgave them? No, not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll get along. But they said they want to get to know me, and I think I might like that too. They're just so... different. It feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore. You're still allowed to be angry. Even if they change, they hurt you. Neither forgiveness nor forgetting is required. You're allowed to have your emotions about the situation. It just feels unfair. Like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts. But I'll try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again. Oh, I love you, Jade. They'd stand no chance. None. Could I have a drink now, too? Sure. Let's trade. Right. A secret? No, a name. I assume Jade didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that. Oh, your real name? Correct. What did they call you then? I'm not... I'll trade you my name. Just give the guy a drink. Your first name? Those are quite precious to Maida, right? Very. See it as a secret to trade for. I'm listening. Ulissa. Ooh. What the fuck is with the bottom option? That's mean. A beautiful name. I don't respond to flattery, but thank you. It's definitely better than mine. Yours fits you. It does not. If you say so. So, not Ulissa. What would you like in exchange? Maybe something that'll stop me from choking on my words. In case I have to do more of this emotional thing. I've definitely got something for that. Think I'll just go for the good old spoken heart. That one always seems to be quite useful. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Boop. And boop. And boop. Here we go. Here you are. Some fluid emotional vulnerability. It tastes a lot better than it sounds. Feels a lot better, too. Maybe. I still need to call you something else, though, if Kumo is out. It is. What have you got for me, then? I'm running out of names. Jade, can I... Nope, my name. Fine. How about... Dave? I don't know if Dave fits you. You know what? Sure, I'll go with that. I'm proud of you, Dave. For everything you've gone through and for choosing what's right for you. Thank you. Do you need a hug? May have already gotten one from Jade. A hug from Jade? I'm shocked. Speaking of me, I've gotta go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around, airboy. See you around, Ulissa. Ooh! What about you? Care to linger a little longer? I need some time to think all this over. Maybe even feel it, too. Is Fable back yet? No, and neither is Melly. But maybe soon? I think Cheesecake would make for a great distraction right about now. I think you just want to see them, 'cause you like them, you blush. I sound like a high schooler. No, I thought maybe you ran into them on the way back. I didn't. Oh, I'm sure things are fine. Fable's really capable, and so is Melly. Even though I didn't make them a drink. Oh god, I hope they're okay. So Melly isn't back yet either. No, I'm afraid not. Cool. Great. I guess I'll talk to... Carolyn? Your parents? Maybe. Do you think they still love me? Oh, that's a loaded question. I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well, but I don't know. I do know that other people love you, and that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, you won't be loved any less. I'd like to believe that. Sometimes I just think even if my own parents could leave me, anyone can. Don't measure your worth by the actions of people that hurt you. Nothing good can come from that. I'm very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night or whatever, so I must go. Farewell. See you soon. Bye, Dave. They just really need, like, to go and, like, lay down on the floor and register everything. Oh, that was a full day? Dang. Yeah, that is very emotionally turmoil. I'm just glad that Dave didn't end up killing their parents. Like, I feel like nobody would have been mad if they did, but I don't know if that's what would have been best for them, you know? I don't know, it's just like, that's a huge and permanent thing. You can't go back from doing that. Even if it was Jade that did it, you can't go back from doing that. So, you know, leaving the door open, and if they prove themselves worthy of his forgiveness, then he can forgive them, but if they don't, then they don't have to. You know, you don't have to wonder about the what-ifs, I suppose. I feel like it was just better, and they seem like they are a little more... I don't know, it feels like they've been able to open up a bit more after having been able to speak to them, instead of just brutally murdering them. Okay, but we're on to day 30 now, Chaos Protocol, and a lot of people are still not back. So this title has me worried. Onward. What's happening today? Melly! Oh, they're back! Innkeeper, surprise! Nice to see that you're back, what a relief. Is Fable with you? No, should they be? Oh no. They were looking for you. They aren't a very good detective then. I'm happy to see you're well, Millie, at least. Everyone was very worried about you. Why? I'm great at taking care of myself. You are, but where have you been all this time? Investigating things, obviously, like the flood. My investigation led me to Morlia. Or more like, they did. Nico, Voy, and Hex, I mean. I followed them to Morlia. They were talking about mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery, so... I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by. You're lucky. People usually pay a lot of money to spend time with me. Why? Because I'm, like, famous? But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clues. Okay. They're a kid, boy. I stayed outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time. Where's Hex anyway? You know, doing wizard things. Like arson? That would have been fun, but instead he chose to study. He immediately wanted to check out the spells we found. Though he seemed pretty disheartened. How come? Not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him. What would that be? Why is this just the shit on Void Day? Never mind. He told us to keep an eye out for any time magic razzle-dazzle. Oh, it's about his sister. But we found nothing. At least you managed to get inside and return safely. Yeah, that way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Stole some guy's coat and face and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride to Morlia. Said I wanted to meet a real estate agent from the Magicracy to buy the island. I told them to pick us up in a week or so. By then we'd be far gone. What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued. Before we tell you anything, I'd like a drink. Something that goes down like honey and will make my poetry flow like a wild river. Nothing easier than that. Spoken heart, baby. It's like my go-to. Boop. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Whoop. There we go. Spoken heart. What else do you need to make? Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. The music. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we move on to the story now? You got somewhere to be? Nah, but I'm getting bored. We got to Morlia, an island so small it's basically the tower's wild backyard. As I walked between the crystalline roses, I expected to see a secret passageways hiding behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Oh, you charmer. Why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. I would have. Oh, okay. That's, moving on. Just continuing the shit on Voide. The tower itself reached so high, I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself. Poetic.
It was really tilted, at about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks were still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation.
Would think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. Iniko's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke? Skill issue? Bro, the door ate my lockpicks. Ah, a door mimic. Classic first step to securing your establishment.
You talk like you've seen one before.
Have you ever tried to open my door when the inn's closed?
No.
If you do, don't use any lockpicks, and take care of your fingertips. Wink. So, how did you get inside? Just casually threatening my patrons. By charming it. Hex forgot his spellbook and couldn't get the arcane lock-on-lock spell to work. And obviously, it wouldn't let us in just like that. So I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that was amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the goat. I was nervous. Never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure what their taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional, something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who would have thought it'd literally melt? Yeah. I began playing the first tune and the lock started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down its face. And as if they were very hot or made of acid, the door melted away. Afterwards, the lock lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance.
That's not a very sturdy lock.
It just sounds very in touch with its emotions. We stepped over the door's remains and into the tower. It was so much taller and bigger on the inside. Like a pocket dimension. So freaking cool. Except a tower can't really fit in your pocket. You know what's funny is I'm running a Witchlight campaign for some people right now, and the dungeon they're about to go through is a literal, like, wizard tower that's bigger on the inside. That's gonna be fun. Bet. Hex walked ahead. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between axe and door. For a long time, we didn't encounter anything. Just a long hallway, no doors, only a bunch of strange paintings. Of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we reached a staircase. After what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity.
Meanwhile, I was outside investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar, like it was all from another world. The colors were different, very blue, and almost spectral. And there were a lot of spider webs, or yarn. Not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet.
Who would have guessed that there were pressure plates on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention and was too careless. One wrong step and the pressure plate triggered an explosion and... Clunk! The whole staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom. I rushed upwards to safety, away from the weird wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I'd be mush. He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But He really isn't the strongest, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to follow their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab Hex by his collar and pulled him and Voyboy back up.
Thank you for saving us, Nico.
No problem, Voyboy. Don't get used to it.
Didn't you expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect their treasure.
I guess we were a little distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly higher around the tower's inside walls. We lost Hex at the bottom, in the first row of books. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. There was still primordial water dripping from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling. Tried to reach it, though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings or rusty old locks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look at books like reading was a thriller. Almost every second book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something, Fibonacci, I don't know. Once I was able to pry myself away from the murals, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was most interested in those, and, you help when you can. I didn't. I mostly looked at the small treasures lying around. The wizard had this real cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded on the top. Imagine the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look. Ooh, a storm in a bottle? It's dope, right? What is this? A weather jar, duh. It shows what the weather is like in another realm. I see. Let me guess. Avalon? I knew you'd get it. I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden runes on it. Hex liked that one, but he didn't love it, Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. As soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case. He already had another scroll tucked into his coat. Honestly, I was expecting him to be carrying half the library at that point. But I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Yeah, we need to get Hex a bag of holding. Actually, maybe we shouldn't. Of course, the stupid glass case was also a puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just a glass and a gold frame. The scroll itself was glowing a promising blue. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me his finest death glare. So, he investigated the puzzle himself. While they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stuff my pockets. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird that'll make for a great blunt weapon. Hex was too scared we'd destroyed the scroll by triggering another contraption, so he suggested we look around in the adjacent rooms. The riddle doors. Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring it out. Apparently, all those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library. So he made us search for it. It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. It was like the library knew what would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry. And I saw books about burglary and fraud. Even had to tackle you to the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us all up. Who can resist a good scheme? It was kind of exciting, seeing Hex hop up and down the stairs looking for the right books. First password was password. The second password was passwords past the password.
And the third one was passwords past the password's password?
You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Easy to crack. Good for you.
The first room was an alchemy lab, full of apparatuses I'd never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left along with us anyways. Wouldn't let me taste any, though. The nerd was more interested in the study hidden behind the second door. He was really determined to crack all that old wizard's mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen, I only have like 3 brain cells. The soundscape of the tower was kind of depressing. Silence broken only by the dripping of water and the creaking of old wood. So I sweetened it with a song. It was very easy to get into the flow with that bomb music, Voyo. Thank you. Hex didn't find the key to the glass case, but he at least found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he can find out how to open it using that. That'd be nice. He was pretty beaten up about everything, though. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for. Not even in the 3rd room? No. That one was the gym. Didn't know wizards worked out. Maybe it was a distraction from the hidden vaults. A hidden vault? Anything good in there? Oh yeah, more than our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts. Most of them probably cursed. Which makes them even cooler. But Innkeep, you don't even know the funniest part yet. Enlighten me. The whole time the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking it.
I did, but I wanted them to find it for themselves. When they left the tower, I was at a beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks.
Dang, Jade was everywhere. She helped us all heave the loot onto her boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day.
There's one thing that didn't make sense in this equation, though.
That would be?
Iniko, Voy, and Hex traveled alone. Well, except for me. They're stowaway. Yet I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a 5th person on the island. Maybe someone was there just shortly before us.
We didn't even notice, LOL. Just like we didn't notice Melina. You guys have low perception scores.
I'm sorry for staying hidden for so long.
Don't apologize. I think you just proved your skills as a detective. We've got a lot to learn from you. Aww.
What a story. I can't wait to share it with Archie.
I'll be on my way now. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You coming with, Nico? Sure thing. So long, Innkeep. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Don't miss me too much. Mwah! I'll try not to. Bye, guys. I'm glad they made it back okay, and I'm glad you're back. I missed you.
Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper.
What's with this music? Indeed. I'm glad you're back.
You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped.
Well, we didn't know what happened. That could have been what happened.
I was just investigating.
Okay, next time leave a note, because you are still, I know you're super smart. I know you're a super smart detective, but you are baby, and we were worried. Without telling anyone? Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going.
People care about you, Melly. They get worried if they don't know where you are.
Oh. I'm not used to that. But I care about people too. Like, you.
Aw, that's good to hear. I give her the biggest hug. I love Melly so much. Oh my goodness! Reunion! Melly.
Hi, Aura.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Hi, Dave. Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back. Oh, they're so happy.
I am. Did you miss me?
Did I? I was just very worried. What?
You called me Melly.
Oh, what about it?
You've never done that before.
I'm sure I have.
You even said you'd never call me Melly.
Oh, I'm just glad you're back. Welcome back to my tavern, Dave.
That's a cute one.
Yeah, I got it. On my latest quest.
Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to find the mood swaps. You know, the mysterious magical swap that is said to be magically hidden and only appears in foggy but starry nights. I heard they're somewhere in the mood swap near the portal to the Twilight Chasm.
And did you find anything?
No, I did find some weird way markers made of bones that seemed to lead somewhere. They had "Do Not Touch" written on them and the paint even seemed fresh, so it looked like the perfect clue. But then suddenly there was just gallons of water everywhere. Luckily I got away quick, and since I was already there, as Fizoa's best detective, it is my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and also I couldn't figure out what...
Don't storm off like that ever again, you understand? I was so worried and no one knew anything about your whereabouts. Now. Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just... I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly gone, I didn't know what to do.
I thought you didn't care. After you went away, even though I asked you to be more careful. I thought maybe you didn't want me to... I thought you maybe didn't want to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone.
I'm sorry for leaving.
It's alright. I'm used to people leaving and not coming back.
I do care, Melly. I'm just kind of new to this whole honesty thing. I'm kind of new to this whole empathy thing.
Yeah, I figured.
If you'd like, I can fix you a drink to help you with your words again. Don't know if I'm up for trading another secret in exchange. I think this one can be on the house. Yeah, it's on me today. You and your kid just reunited, because I don't care what Dave says. That's his daughter, okay? Especially the way they just spoke. How dare you, like, we were so worried, where have you been? Like, that is parent behavior. You've got enough to worry about. So, let me see what I can do for you. Spoken heart, spoken heart, spoken heart. Spoken heart for the Found family. Is this the only drink I've made today? Oh no, wait, I did make that one Swift Strike. Here, Undo. You haven't had a drink in a while. You get a little bit of spoken heart too. Boop. 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 Spoken heart. Enjoy your magical liquid eloquence. It doesn't taste half bad. This might actually help. So, your quest. Jade said you were stranded on Morlia.
Yep, I followed 3 very suspicious-looking fellows, and somehow ended up on that island. Why do I always run into wizards and magic when I'm out on adventures? And traps! Magical traps everywhere!
That usually happens when you go near a wizard tower. My players are about to find that out for sure. This is a threat if they're listening to this. Sounds very dangerous.
A detective's always seeking thrills. I'll make sure to be careful, I promise.
I imagine that Dave just did like the parent stare. It's not about that. I know you know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case. But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for a quick adventure. Luckily, nothing major happened this time. This all could have ended very differently.
I know.
All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore. You don't have to do everything all by yourself.
Like you're one to talk.
Fucking called out. Shit. Do I be the cool, like, the cool aunt/uncle, or do I Okay, Melly's got a point, but I think I'm an adult, several thousand-year-old fae over here. I think I should be proper about this and be like, Dave's got a point, listen to your parent. Even though they're guilty themselves, both of you are. But you two have also made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely. Heard anything from Fable yet? No, not yet. If anyone hears anything, it's probably not gonna get back to me. I don't think Fable wants to talk to me right now. I'm sorry.
What about Carolyn?
She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some undead sightings in the Pale Woods. Oh no, Melly, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There are no T-Rexes over there, I swear.
Do you know when she'll be back?
No, but the two of you can wait here for her if you want.
Yes, please! I want to stay until Carolyn gets back.
Alright, I'll keep you company. How about I spice up your wait with another drink? I'll pass.
Oh, but I'd like one, please.
Of course. Do you want anything specific?
That whole adventure was pretty exhausting. Maybe something to combat my mental tiredness.
Nothing easier than that. Probably a sparkling nebula. Yeah. This one is really easy. There we go. Oh, the sparkles! Let's see if this will wake you up again.
Oh, thank you. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. You know, now that I've had some time to think about it, I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed about the loot.
Care to share your insight with us?
But of course. He has a younger sister, right?
Yeah, technically.
Which always struck me as odd. She looks so much older than him. So what if she just ages faster than he does? And he expected to find some very special loot in that wizard tower, but he didn't find it. So what if he was looking for something to extend her life? Like a scroll of immortality.
What a foolish idea.
Hey!
Not you, Hex. Even if it's tempting, those are powers that no one should interfere with.
I agree. What if she turns into a zombie? I've had enough of them.
Definitely.
We should tell him when we see him again. Or maybe we should tell Carolyn when she returns. She seemed to be experienced in dealing with the undead. You think it'll be a long time before she gets back?
I don't know. Could be very soon, but it could also take a few more days. You've had a long day. Aren't you tired, Melly?
No. I'm not tired. At all.
Let's wait for a little bit longer. Maybe she'll show up. And Fable with her.
Sounds good.
Maybe. We'll see. It's really late now. Oh. Did she fall asleep? Yeah. Reminds me of a kid I was babysitting one time. There was this little kid. I was babysitting one older kid and one younger kid, right? Put the younger kid down to bed first, set him up, and put on a little show for him. I tucked him in, and then I went to keep an eye on the older kid, and then I walked back in and saw the younger kid was still awake. But you could tell he was about to lose it. And I was like, "Oh, you getting tired, buddy?" And he was like, "No, I'm just cold," because he pulled the blankets over himself more. And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." And I left, and then 5 minutes later came in to check on him again. He was gone. Maybe I should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight. That's a good idea. You should get some rest as well. I'll let you know if I hear anything about Carolyn, or Fable. Alright. There's not much for me to do otherwise. Except care for Melly. She needs you. Yeah, I think you might be right. Good night, Dave. You know, forget about it. See ya. Oh, come on! I think they were gonna tell us their real name. Come on, I'm the Fae. I need it. I need it. Give it to me. Alright, we blow out the candle. Whew. What a long day. Long, long day. But at least Melly's back. Oh gosh! Disaster, tea, and revelations. Oh my. Sounds like a lot is gonna happen on the next day. So I think even though we only got 2 days done, we got several quests turned in. So I think we're gonna leave this here. And then we'll see what happens next time. Hopefully Carolyn comes back, hopefully Fable comes back and we can apologize. I hope Hex will come in and we can talk to him, because as much as I understand him wanting to extend his sister's life, this seems like wizard hubris, like orb in the chest about to explode wizard hubris. Like, this can only go bad. And I don't know, we still don't know about the person who sent us that letter, the flood. And I feel like we haven't seen Tia or Clay in so long, so maybe that's what the Revelations part will be about? I'm not sure, but I hope we find out. And I suppose we'll do that next time. Until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourselves, make sure to serenade your mimic doors, and have a good day.